Good morning. We're gonna get some coffee rolling this morning, and we're starting out a little product comparison, unscripted and unsponsored, but happy to be sponsored. This is the Fire Maple. It's called the X2, and we're gonna show you everything that comes with it. Then we're gonna move over and compare it to the JetBoil. This is the Flash 1 liter, so we'll be comparing the two of these. So the Fire Maple, first of all, comes with a nice little carry bag and an extra sleeve that can go on here. So you get two nice accessories. And here's everything stores in the can itself. So you have a little latch here, a little spring that comes off to hold the lid down. The handle flips open like that. Off comes your lid, and then down in here you have, this is all included with it, by the way, this is your pot stand. And then we have this beauty, which is the actual burner. And then at the very bottom you have your fuel can stand, which pops open like this. So we're going to show the quick assembly of this using a fuel can. The first thing we're going to do is take our lid off the fuel can. We're going to slide this little guy over there, get that tag out of the way. Let's twist this on. It looks like it's already on, so let's turn this off. There we go. All right, now snap this little stand on the bottom of the can, and there you go. You're set up for that. All right, that's our setup there. If you wanted to use your pot stand, that would go up here, I believe, like that. But what we're going to be doing today is boiling some water. So there's your full setup with the water, with the pot. Lid goes on just like that. All right, I'm going to move over and assemble the JetBoil. Now the JetBoil does not come with the pot stand. That is an accessory. That's about $12, $13. Get that on Amazon. You can get all this on Amazon. All right, so we got some instructions here. Nobody needs those. The JetBoil does come with the French press. That is an accessory on the Fire Maple, which I'll show you in a second. And it does come with a fuel can stand, just like the other one. And the bottom of their burner, or their pot, is very similar looking, but it does come with a little cup you can use. So we'll assemble this one. Start again with taking the lid off the fuel. This time we will make sure it is off. It is. Still get a little bit of fuel pop out when you break the seal on that.
Wow. Not as much cinematic effect as the first one.
Not quite as much. All right, we're gonna snap our base on there. The base isn't sticking. Maybe I didn't. There we go. All right, let's see. All right, the base on there, and then it's very similar. And by the way, make sure that goes into a locking position so it's on there real well. And then there's your lid. Now again, this one has an accessory for their pot stand. Just got it, haven't even opened it yet, but you can see very similar. I'm going to take that off, put it on there. We can hold a pot on it. And our French press is quite simple to assemble. You just screw it on there like that. Now our Fire Maple, going back to that one, this was an accessory, about $14, $15. This is their French press kit. It does come with a little bag as well. It comes with a much bigger, because their pot is much wider. But it's the same thing, screw it on, and it's ready to go. And it does come with a lid, a different type of lid you can use. So we're gonna get these lit and we'll show you a side-by-side cook comparison. All right, now we're gonna light these and get them boiling. So for the fire maple, you're gonna turn this little lever here all the way till you hear some gas. Hear it now. And then you're gonna press this little white button. Remember to lock that on there. Let's get some water going. Ooh, nice. Perfect amount. All right, and over here, same on this one, you're just gonna turn it on, and then there's a little igniter down at the bottom. Off it goes. Then you can set it back a little bit if you wanna turn the... All right, make sure you lock that on there. There's a little lock indicator. You want to make sure you get that locked. Okay. Perfect fit. Okay. So what we're gonna do is put the lids on both of them. Help them boil. Now this one feels a little less stable than my JetBoil. I think they'll both be okay. And we basically got them both at full power here. I feel like the fire maple had a little more room to give it some gas. JetBoil is on full strength. So let's see how fast we can get some water boiling. Alright, so one thing we forgot to mention is on the JetBoil, you do have this temperature gauge on the side, so you can see that we're already almost halfway or a little more than halfway up. So for coffee, we're probably close to done there. We've got pretty good heat going on the for some coffee. So if we didn't want to just boil the water, we could probably stop here and make some coffee. Okay, so our JetBoil is already done. Went up to a rolling boil. And now our fire maple right behind it, also boiling. So pretty even. So for about 60 bucks, you can have the fire maple. Get that on Amazon. And then for another 15, you get your press. Or for about $170 on Prime sale, you can get the JetBoil unit, which boils water about 10 seconds faster. But it does come with the press, but not the stand. So really, and you have to buy an accessory for each of these to make them comparable. So we're gonna make some coffee. We'll talk to you soon. All right, so we just put about 2 tablespoons of this amazing gourmet Italian coffee that Brian brought back straight from Italy into each pot and then let it sit for 5 minutes. So now, important step before you drink it, is go ahead and put your press down in there and slowly push it all the way to the bottom, which is there. Now you can also put that through the lid if you want, but you don't really need to. Let's do this one. Now remember, this one actually comes with a lid, so if you want, we didn't do it on this one, but we can put the post through the lid, then screw it in, like so. All right, and then you can just do the same thing. I'm gonna hold this one because it's not as stable. Just push that slowly to the bottom. All right, now you're ready to pour somehow, or let it steep a little bit more like that. But that's ready. This one looks ready, so we're gonna pour ourselves some coffee. So we have 2 delicious cups of coffee this morning. We did 2 tablespoons. Brian said he would have gone 3. I'm pretty happy with 2, maybe more of a medium guy. But final thoughts, if you've got the money, the JetBoil does give you a couple nice features like the temperature, comes with its French press, and just a nice compact unit. So if you got the money for it, it's a nice setup. If you want to save about $100, go with the Fire Maple, which is a little more pieced together, but you do get the extra accessories of the pot kit as well as the extra sleeve and the bag, and it makes a good cup of coffee. So cheers.
Don't miss our upcoming camping and cooking content. Like and subscribe.